Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Hunting Rocks. As always, I am your hunting guide, Jeff. Last night, I left St. Louis about 1 a.m. and I've arrived at Ron Coleman's Crystal Mine. So let me throw on my digging clothes and let's go up and see if we can find some quartz crystals. All right, my friends, I think this may be my digging spot. I got a big old boulder with a lot of nice looking crystals on it. Hopefully there's some in there, but before I start digging, I like to look around and see what we got. Now, of course, I'm looking for a nice big water puddle, and as always, this place is always changing. You never know what it's going to look like when you come out here. So let's go take a walk real quick and see what we can find. And keep your eyes open on the ground, because we want to look for that black glass. Thought I saw one. The crystals here are so clear that when they're in the ground, they look black, which is super cool. They dumped 50 yards yesterday, according to their dirt log. I'm going off my memory. It's not that great. I left St. Louis last night about 1 in the morning. Drove down here. Gonna dig all day. Check into my room at about 4 o'clock. Hopefully with a big bucket of crystals. And then I'll get up and do it all over again tomorrow. Probably not here, but you know, I'll be here more than once this week. All right, let's go check out stuff. Here we go, guys. There's that black glass I was telling you about. Is this a good crystal? Let's find out. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. A little broken, but you know, it happens. That'll go in the bucket once I get back to it. There's another piece. This might not be a bad area to dig at. Let me do a couple little hand scoops here. Another little one. Not as clear as that first one though. And just a piece of rock. Another piece of broken crystal. Huh. I may have to come back and dig here. Alright, very cool. Oh, there's one. Woo! Almost dropped it. There we go. One little crystal already. Can't beat that. Well, this isn't the area I planned on digging on, but I had to go down and get my tripod and all that stuff. And I looked down, and is it any good? Oh, bamboozled me. All right. Well, we know there's definitely crystals all through here. Just got to get down to the good ones. You'll find a lot of broken ones. That happens. These things come out of the mine. They get dumped into a big truck. They get brought up here and dumped. So breakage does happen. But every now and again, actually more than every now and again, quite often actually, you'll find just a beautiful crystal up here. Alright, well, let me get over to the spot I want to dig at, and I'll tell you why I'm digging there. Actually, that's not bad there either. But let's get over here. So, as I said before, I've got a lot of crystals on this face. It's sitting right here. There's more crystals over here. So if anything was good in there, more crystals on this piece. If anything was good in there, it's going to be in this area right through here. So I'm going to get set up. I'm going to get my shovel. We're going to start going through this. And hopefully we find something spectacular today. I love it out here. This is one of my favorite places to go. And like I said, I'll be here more than once this trip. And hopefully find some monster crystals. Alright, so before you get all excited and say, that's genius. It might not be, I don't know. Never done it before. So we'll find out together. mostly milky so far. Dump those. Maybe somebody else will want them. A nice little clear point right there. Toss into the bucket. Alright, well, I'm going to keep scooping. And when I find something cool, I'll show you guys on camera. Alright, my friends, well, I have moved spots of what I am working on here. I thought it was a rock at first, but it's not a rock. There's just one giant mud ball of the peanut butter. Peanut butter, that's good. That is where it's the pocket clay. So with luck, we'll be able to get in there and hopefully we find some crystals in this big thing. It's heavy. I want to roll it over and look at the other side. All right, give me a second to roll that over. All right, it is rolled over, and as you can see, there's lots and lots and lots of little crystals in there. Let's start taking this apart and see what is good. All right, you guys, slowly but surely been popping that mud away. Got a nice little double there. Not very big, but not bad at all. Into the bucket with you, my friend. I love pocket mud whenever you can find it. This is the first time I've ever found a piece this big. I'm surprised nobody dug through it yet. But I'm going to disassemble this whole thing whenever I find cool stuff. You guys know I'll show you on camera. Well, that might be something. Let's see what we got. Oh, come on, be a good one. Not the greatest. You can see that peanut butter colored mud right there. That is the inside of a pocket where the crystals were forming, which is a good sign. And this whole thing being that is a really good sign. Once I'm done here, I'm going to start digging under here because this is where it was laying at. So there could be more under there. This could be a good spot. Sorry, my shadow's in the way. It's the way I'm sitting, keeping my back warm. A little cool today, not horrible. Warmer than it is back home in St. Louis, I can tell you that much. All right, my friends, there's one there about the length of my finger. Looks like it might be good. Let's give it some water. Let's loosen that mud up around it. I don't mind digging in the sloppy mess. I'm wearing chest waders today. I was hoping for rain puddles, but alas, the way they've done the place, there's no place for puddles to form. There we go. That is a beautiful crystal. Oh, that's real nice. That might end up being a thumbnail. So when the ground's muddy, because the quartz weighs more, it likes to sink. So whenever you find something like this, you want to start at the bottom of your pile and dig down. Now if it's a fresh dump, you can go across the top. This was dumped yesterday. It's still fairly fresh, but we want to hit that bottom where maybe the big stuff will be at. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. We'll find out together. And remember, guys, watch for shine. You see that sparkle over there? Hopefully it shows up on camera like it did in my eyes. There we go. I've already gone over and looked at it. Let's go take a look. And there it is. That's a nice little point. Look at that thing. Not bad at all. And if you're wondering how far away I am, that's my stuff over there. That's a good, I don't know, 20 foot or so, maybe 30. Might have to check this area next. I like to move around a lot while I'm out here. All right, let's get back to digging this. I got a hole going on. I see little sparkles on the ground. Let's see if we can find something cool. Well, it's not huge, but guys, I am surprised at how clean some of these are popping up out of the ground. That's a beautiful, beautiful little quartz point. I like that a lot. Finding lots of little ones. You can't complain about that. I know most people want the gigantic ones. but you gotta search for them. Everybody wants the gigantic ones. And they're in here. Found a couple good sized ones. Nothing too big yet, but I still got a few hours to go. And I'm feeling pretty good, not too tired. That, I believe, is a quartz. I don't know how good it is. It's covered in mud. I say, I can't believe how clean they come out. But that's worth keeping. But we're just scraping along the edges now, using finger, using trowel, seeing what pops out. We're doing pretty good so far. We'd be doing better if I quit leaving my bucket way back there, though. Yeah. Well, guys, this is a pleasant surprise. They're actually dumping on a Sunday. Huh. Here it comes. Lots of new material. We're all gonna go over there and check it. See what goodies come out. Keep an eye on the load. Let's go get it. All right, friends, we are in the second pour of the day. There's a nice pointed one. Put that in the bucket. We're going to go through here. I'm digging in some really good pocket clay. And hopefully... Oh, what is that? Look at that. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Clay is very, very sticky, which means it's going to be a little difficult to pop apart. What do we got here? That's just a big milky, but it looks pretty in there. See how smooth that is? Oh, what do we got here? Is that its little friend? Not that great. Alright, well, I'm going to keep digging this, and as I find more, look how sticky that is. Oh, that's extra sticky. As I find more, I will show you guys on cam. Well, it didn't take long to show you on cam. Look at that little bitty guy right there. Ain't that cute? Well, it's not a giant, but not bad. It's broken though. Maybe it is bad. That's all right. I'm sure somebody will find a use for that. I got friends that work lapidary stuff. You'll have to check out their channels. AE Rocks is one of them. Let's see what else we got here. No. All right, gotta keep digging. What is that? It was nothing. Now I got dirt in my mouth. All right, you guys, check this out. Just uncovered this, and I think, oh, that's a nice one. That is a nice crystal. That's what I'm talking about. It's a little broken. That side part popped, but that's no big deal. I love Ron Coleman Crystal Mine. Well, all right, my friends, it is now 4 o'clock. Ron Coleman Crystal Mine is closing. I've had a good day of digging. I've met some new friends, lots of interesting people from all over the place, and I guess the next time you guys see me will be in St. Louis, which for me is going to be a whole week. For you, it should be right about now. All right, my friends, a little different ending to this video. I'm back from Arkansas. It's crazy cold outside. I've just set up my ultrasonic cleaner, and I'm going to throw in the crystals I got from day 1 at Ron Coleman, and we're going to get those all cleaned up and see what they look like. So let's do a little before and after. And sorry about the light. I am downstairs. It's 72 in my house. It's like 10 out that way. Brr. All right, friends, as you can see, I have a basket full of dirty crystals. So I'm going to put this into the ultrasonic cleaner. We're going to let this run, and I'll show you what they look like when we get done. I am going to do a video coming up where I just do nothing but cleaning crystals. But I want to get these in for the video this week so you can see what I did my first day. Now I do have more. These are just my nicer ones, as you can see. Like that one should look pretty cool once it's cleaned up, and this one will be a nice little cluster. So let's get them in, let's get them cleaned. Alright, we're gonna set the temp for 60 degrees Celsius, 30 minutes. Turn on the temperature. The water's at 26 degrees Celsius already, and let's run it. Alright, I'll be back in 29 minutes, 56 seconds. Oh, and you can see the dirt already starting to come off. That water's going to get crazy cloudy. Alright, friends, and here's a couple of the pieces before they're clean. Let's go look at them clean. Alright, my friends, and here are those crystals all cleaned up now. Some of them are super water clear, like that one. You can see through the table on the other side. Now this one, it needs some acid cleaning. Once it warms up, I'm going to do some oxalic acid. This went through 2 runs of the ultrasonic cleaner, but let me see if I can get in there close. That dirt and yuck is actually under a layer of crystal, so the oxalic acid should eat that out. That is a beautiful crystal though. I like this one. It's not a super fancy crystal. It's kind of a broken tip of one, but you can see just how clear that is. You can see right down to that part there. But I think my absolute favorite of all of them is this one here. That is a little that's a little tri-point, and well, I just popped that tri-point off on accident. My bad. That's all right. I'll fix that. That'll go to Miss Hunting Rocks. She can have that in her office. But otherwise, yeah, great time. I do have a lot more crystals than just this. This is just what I cleaned up last night. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, my friends. Well, that is the video for the week. Hope you enjoyed it. Hamilton hopes you enjoyed it. Yeah. Did you think it was a good video? He thought it was a good video, but he thinks all my videos are good because he's a good boy. But guys, that was Ron Coleman Crystal Mine. I love Ron Coleman Crystal Mine. Always find something there. I've never left without finding anything. So if you get a chance, go down there, check it out. But hope I can get a like, share, and subscribe. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time we're out hunting rocks. So have a good one. Bye. Hamilton, you already left. You didn't even say bye to the people. He wants to go inside, guys. It's cold.